All right, next up on the list, Cowboys at Browns. Browns 2.5 point favorites. Over under on this one, 41 points. The bet spread on this one, 53% of the bets in the spread coming in on the Browns. The line on this one has flipped. It opened at Dallas plus 1.5. 85% of the bets coming in on the over, and 53% of the money line bets coming in on the Browns. Ooh. All right. I have no interest in betting on this Cowboys team. I think it's a creaky roster that's obviously unhappy. They got CeeDee Lamb in the fold. I don't think Dak. I think Dak wants a new contract too. I don't think he's getting it. I kind of don't trust Dak at this stage of his career, and I especially don't trust him on the road going into Cleveland. I think that Cleveland defense is still very legit. I know you're a big Deshaun Watson fan. I'm not. I think they can do enough running the ball. I think they can move. I think they can do enough. I think Deshaun can do just enough to get this team over the hump. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a really ugly game. But I do kind of like the Browns to get the job done here. So give me the Browns. I'll lay the 2.5. And I honestly, I would lean under on this one.
Yeah.
I don't think the Cowboys. What's their running game this year? You've got Rico Dowdle, who I don't think is any good, and you've got Ezekiel Elliott, who I think is washed.
Yeah.
And I don't think their offensive line is what it used to be either.
Yeah.
So, that means everything's on Dak, and he's got CeeDee Lamb, and who else? Okay, the tight ends are kind of interesting. The secondary receivers are creaky Brandon Cooks and Jalen Tolbert. Okay, I don't think this is as good of an offense as people have made it out to be. This isn't the same team that it was 3 years ago. I think that they've run it back a few too many times. I think this is the year it kind of falls. The wheels kind of fall off. Is what I'm looking at. So, give me the Browns. Lay the 2.5. Mark, what say you?
I agree. I'm with the Browns minus 2.5. They had a solid defense. Despite injuries last year, they were still able to make it to playoffs with Joe Flacco. For me, I kind of feel like this is a make or break year for Deshaun Watson. I would think that him seeing, Joe Flacco take the reins and make it to the playoffs would kind of light a fire under his ass to do a bit better. I realize he got injured last year, but I seem to remember him playing well before the injury. But overall, we haven't really seen much from him as a Brown since he was signed. So, provided he can stay healthy, I feel like he really needs to light it up this year. And I agree with the fact that the Cowboys are, potentially falling apart. I do have a CeeDee Lamb prop under 82.5 yards. Because I do like
a good number.
Right, yeah. I do like the Browns as a defense. And again, he's the Cowboys really, were able to feed him on bad defenses. I don't see them being able to do that here.